Down south in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu, there is Pongal politics. It's a festival of Pongal today. And Rahul Gandhi was in the state. He was seen celebrating and participating in the Jallikattu festival. He said a lot of things about Tamil culture and how that must be respected. And not far behind was the BJP chief, JP Nadda, who was also in Chennai, again reminding people of the Tamil culture and how they will protect it, and they are the custodians, political custodians rather. But both of them, both these national political parties are attempting this in a state which has been ruled by regional satraps for over 4 decades. I mean, the last stint that the Congress had was over 4 decades ago, and the BJP is yet to open its account in the state. Open its account as in to form a state government. So what exactly are the prospects for these national parties as they gear up for the big assembly election?
Congress leader Rahul Gandhi at Madurai to watch Jallikattu, a bull taming sport, and BJP chief JP Nadda in Chennai for Pongal celebrations. Both national leaders on a political pilgrimage during the harvest festival to Tamil Nadu ahead of elections due in May. The state BJP in Tamil Nadu has called out Rahul Gandhi's attempt to reach out to Tamils, pointing out that it was UPA's Environment Minister Jairam Ramesh who banned Jallikattu, calling it barbaric, and that it was the BJP government that revoked it later. However, critics point out that BJP's Menaka Gandhi was even more a vociferous critic of Jallikattu, and that it was the massive protest on the marina that got Jallikattu back. Rahul Gandhi, however, dismissed allegations of animal cruelty and spoke of how lovely it was to experience Tamil culture. 2 motorbikes were gifted on his behalf to winners.
The Jallikattu is being organized in a systematic and safe way.
The government is not just neglecting them. The government is conspiring to destroy them.
The Congress leader, eating from the traditional banana leaf, sitting along with the local women, also presumably meant as political messaging of appreciating Tamil culture. In Chennai, BJP chief Nadda took part in Nammavur Pongal, or Pongal celebrations in our village, in a state that had rejected the AIADMK BJP alliance in the 2019 Lok Sabha polls. Also in the city, the chief of RSS, the ideological backbone of the Saffron Party,
mainstreaming, bringing them in the front of the development, has been the basic ethos on which Prime Minister Modi ji is working. I also participated in making of the, what do you call that, khichdi, Pongal.
The visit by both leaders is also seen as an attempt to reach out to the farming community at a time when the farmers' agitation in Delhi has embarrassed the central government in a state that has tended to look at national parties as political outsiders. In Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, Find TV.
So this presentation by Sam Daniel used a very interesting phrase to define this trip by Mr. JP Nadda and Rahul Gandhi. Political pilgrimage to Tamil Nadu. Is this done with the intention of sharing their sentiments with the Tamil people, or with the fact that in just a few months from now you've got an election due, and both these political parties have not traditionally done well for over many decades? Let me now introduce Mr. Manikam Tagore, Lok Sabha MP and Chief Whip of the Congress Party, and we also have Mr. S.G. Surya, spokesperson of BJP Tamil Nadu. Thank you very much to the two of you for joining us. Mr. Tagore, let's begin with you first. Rahul Gandhi wearing a veshti, Rahul Gandhi talking about Tamil culture, and the irony is not lost that it was the very same Congress party's Jairam Ramesh who opposed this festival. How are you going to convince the people that you stand with the people of Tamil Nadu?
Good evening and happy Pongal to you all.
Same to you, sir.
One thing is that Mr. Rahul Gandhi ji was not wearing a dhoti, he was in a t-shirt and a jean there. And second, it was an occasion for Jallikattu as well as Pongal in Madurai, because in Madurai, in our area, in Madurai and in Avanyapuram and Alanganallur and Palamadu, the three Jallikattu are world famous Jallikattu. And Mr. Gandhi has been invited by the organizing committee of the Jallikattu, and he has accepted their invitation, and he is the first national leader to take part in it. And we are all happy to see that in the ground, yes, today also. And he was warmly welcomed by everybody, and he was happy to see how the Jallikattu happens and what are the allegations far away from the ground in Jallikattu in Delhi and Bombay. The allegations about Jallikattu has been made. About the factor about the UPA government's Jallikattu, it is governmental decisions are different, and 2014 till 2014 Jallikattu has happened. There is nobody was stopping Jallikattu. After 2014, the ban for Jallikattu came. Therefore, it is not to blame that Congress party has a different view on Jallikattu. It is the
Sure.
till 2014 there was no Jallikattu was happening every year. Jallikattu ban came in 15.
Okay. SG Surya, would you like to respond?
Capacity of those people
Obviously,
who are ruling
only the
ruling
part
that.
facts are
Yeah, Mr. Tagore, one moment. Let's listen into the BJP as well. Yes, Mr. Surya. And my apologies. Yes, Mr. Tagore is right. The Veshti was worn by the BJP chief and not Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi was wearing a T-shirt and jeans, right? So I stand corrected. Yes, Mr. Surya.
See, the problem with Jallikattu started in the year 2006 with the Madurai branch of the Madras High Court seeking a ban for it. Thereafter, in 2009, the then Tamil Nadu government headed by Mr. Karunanidhi passed state legislation to allow Jallikattu. The main problem happened only in the year 2011, on July 11th, when Jairam Ramesh's ministry included bulls into the banned performing animals list. If Mr. Tagore says till 2014 the Jallikattu was conducted without interruption, the very Supreme Court ban on Jallikattu was argued by the same government with the same Jairam Ramesh and other people who were deadly against Jallikattu. So they cannot say that their inclusion of bulls into the banned performing animals list is something to be ignored. That is the root cause for the ban for the Jallikattu for the last so many years. And only one more point to finish with. Even today, when Rahul Gandhi ji was participating in the Jallikattu program,
but let's quickly broad base this discussion. We've got Mr. T.K. Silangavan, senior leader of the DMK, also with us, and Mr. V.A. Pugayendi, spokesperson of the AIA DMK. Let's quickly put them also on screen in just a short moment. But Mr. Ilangavan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, Mr. Ilangavan, see, the point is that right now you've got political parties, you've got the Congress and the BJP, both are positioning themselves as parties who stand for Tamilians. They root for the local culture, local tradition, Tamil culture, Tamil tradition. And I'm sure this is not lost on anyone, even the Tamil people, that this sense of attachment towards Tamilians is happening very close to the assembly elections. And both these political parties, I mean, their record in Tamil Nadu politics is not something to write home about. How do you look at these overtures by the national parties?
See, we had some great leaders in Congress party like Kamaraj, who was for the Tamils. The national parties normally have an all India agenda, whereas the regional parties are more concentrate more on the state rights. So we had some good leaders like Kamaraj who was supporting the state causes. The first amendment to the constitution was also made possible because of Mr. Kamaraj giving reservation to the OBCs. So any law passed by the central government, if it is objected to by the state, the central government should understand that. The one thing is that until 2011, there was no stoppage of Jallikattu in the state when we were ruling. Maybe the law was brought by the Congress, but until 2014, when BJP came into power, they stopped Jallikattu quoting the law. But earlier, it was happening. Every year it was happening. So even though the earlier government had passed a bill to that effect, there was no stoppage of Jallikattu in the state.
Okay. No, I get your point, Mr. Elangovan. But again, quickly coming back to Mr. Surya, see, the point is everybody realizes what is happening. So there is a lot of discourse from national leaders, from the BJP, from the Congress party. If we talk about your political party, you think people don't notice that the Prime Minister, and it's a good positive gesture. He quotes Saint Thiruvalluvar, the famous Tamil poet, at the drop of a hat. At every big national or international occasion, he quotes Thiruvalluvar, right? Today, even the BJP chief quoted Thiruvalluvar. Obviously, this is with the intention of reaching out to the Tamil people. My biggest question, is it going to work? Because one party with whom you want to enter into an alliance with, or you have entered into an alliance with, the AIADMK, says that they do not want to share office with you.
No, see, talking about the intent, I think Mr. Narendra Modi ji is the only Prime Minister who has repeatedly said that Tamil is the oldest language in the world. There is no other Prime Minister in this country who has said that. Have the opposition parties ever appreciated this fact? No other Prime Minister. So, giving importance to Tamil language and Tamil Nadu is a continuous process. It is not born today. Even in 2016 state election
Is it going to help you electorally?
See, electorally helping or not helping is different, Sankit. Even today, if you see, listen to the speeches of JP Nadda ji on both the occasions. There has been no politicking, only talking about Tamil culture, Pongal and achievements of the Modi government. But whereas look at Mr. Rahul Gandhi ji's speech, he talks nothing about Pongal. He just complains about the central government. So this is where I think the intent
Okay,
of the
sure. So let me quickly give Mr. Manikam a right to reply. Would you like to respond?
Two things.
No, because SG Surya says that while the BJP is talking about Tamil culture, Rahul Gandhi went there and spoke about farm laws.
Yeah, two things. Two things I wanted to reply. That is, one thing is he told that nobody other than Mr. Modi spoke about for Tamils as Prime Ministers. Did he say that Vajpayee also was not caring about Tamils? He has to be little fair to the former Prime Ministers. Everybody respected Tamils and everybody has given the place of Tamil Nadu in the development of the country itself. It is not that 2014 India is born and everything is wonders. Therefore, let us not that word. Let us come out of that word. One. Second, about particularly about the speeches and others. What you are mentioning is Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been very clear. He has told that the Tamil its identity and its history cannot be neglected. The one language, one color, one religion, one food, all this kind of oneness which the RSS, BJP wants to push on India.
No, but I just want to know where exactly has it been said in any speech that the BJP wants one language all over the country? Are you alleging that they want to impose Hindi in Tamil Nadu?
They want you had seen any other Prime Minister other than Mr. Modi coming to Chennai and Madurai and speaking in Hindi? Nobody. I have not seen any Prime Minister in India who comes to Delhi and Madurai and Chennai and Madurai, Chennai, Madurai and Coimbatore to speak in Hindi.
Okay. I'll have to get a right to reply from Mr. Surya, but before I do that,
Modi knows English.
Okay.
It is not that he don't know English.
Sure. Mr. Pugayendi of the AIADMK is also with us. Mr. V.A. Pugayendi, I want to ask you, see, what is going to happen as far as an alliance is concerned? Obviously, the national parties may do a lot of positioning, but that's not going to help them sail through in a state like Tamil Nadu. They don't have the base. It's the regional parties who are powerful. Like Mr. Elangovan is the master in Tamil Nadu, and so are you for your party. And both these national parties have to pillion ride. When your party says that you do not want to share office with BJP, why do you say that? What is the fear?
But one thing I am happy because always we try to learn that Hindi. Now whoever comes from Delhi, the leaders, whichever is the party, national party,
they need the translator. But nowadays I am seeing here, they try to speak Tamil. I am happy to mention a very important now. Another thing, the past 53 years, continuously we are ruling. Dravidian ideology is ruling in Tamil Nadu. This national party have no chance to entry here. This is the thing. With support of the party ADMK and DMK, they try to get some seats, try to win. That's all. That is the position. What you told is very correct. This is the thing going on. The language issue, that is the traditional game, this Jallikattu. Our government tried maximum. We did wonderful job. Because of the government, today Jallikattu is going on. But another thing, 1965, very big war, or you believe or not.
Okay.
Very big demonstration against the language issue. That self-emulation. So the thought youth here.
So it's very clear. If you listen to Mr. Pugayendi and anyone else, you have to respect local culture, Tamil culture, and if you don't do that, then you will not get political dividends. But this late entry into respecting Tamil sentiments, is that going to click with the people? We will have many an opportunity to discuss Tamil Nadu in greater detail as we go along, as the state is poll bound. Thank you very much to all you gentlemen.